the first single, Americanarama, it had two music videos that were both great but very different. What was the reason behind having two different music videos for that one song?
We made one that with Dave Foley that we thought was great. We thought it was a funny sort of takedown of Dove Cherney, the American Apparel owner, who we thought was just a total slime ball. And we had a great time making that one, and I still love that video. But we got the opportunity to work with this up and coming director, Greg Jardin, who's done some amazing things since. But he was trying to cut his teeth, and we sort of caught him at this perfect moment where we could still afford him, but he was this up and comer who had amazing ideas, and just needed material to pair his ideas with. I don't know how our song got pitched to him, but it did. And he ended up having just the perfect idea, with this human 8-bit machine, to pair with our music, to pair with Americanarama. So we went for it, and we thought, the first video was good, but this video had really had a story, this up and coming director. It was visually very, very striking, and the technique behind it was fascinating. And we felt like it would just add to the discussion around our music, and it definitely did.
And that was the kind of like one take video, right? The one you're talking about?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a grid of people arranged in a like a 30-foot high scaffolding. Yeah, with a series of cues that they had to undergo with like massive sort of cue cards, sort of human-sized cue cards, a series of cue cards that they had to memorize for the duration, not just of the song, but it was a slowed down playback. So it was like a 10-minute a 10-minute choreographed dance, basically, that all these people in this huge grid of scaffolding had to do, organized all in the mind of the director, of Greg Jardin, ahead of time, and drilled for the course of like a long weekend, 3 days maybe in the row of drilling and practicing, and then just one day to shoot, one day of execution to get that perfect take. And I think we did maybe 8 takes of it, and I think it was the last one or second last one that is the one in the video.
That actually doesn't sound like that many takes, for
It's
how
not. It was
complicated
all.
it. That's how a well-oiled machine you guys were having practice, I
It
suppose.
was all in the practice. It was practice, practice, practice. And then now we're doing it. Cameras have to be locked off, focus has to be pulled. Uh, you know, uh, Everybody has to have everything memorized down to the last detail. But it shows you how good humans are at remembering stuff if you just do it enough.
Yeah, well, you guys thought if you made this cool video with this up and coming director that maybe it could get more eyeballs on the band and on that single. And you guys were right, because I remember seeing that video because it went viral. I remember people sharing it, people talking about it, articles about it. So that's how it came to me. I was like, oh my God, Hollerado. Like they have this incredible video and it's gaining traction. So I think that paid off. Do you remember it going viral? Like it had like hundreds of thousands of views back when I first saw it.
For sure. I remember that moment. It was yeah, super exciting. Because all we were doing, to sort of, maintain maintain belief in our project was we were playing shows. Okay, good. There's 80 people at this show, whereas there was 50 at the last one. Okay, like there was over 100 people, where we played a couple shows in a row where we sold 5 CDs at both. That's encouraging. So these little morsels to keep you going, or checking our MySpace. How many plays on our MySpace did we have? If anybody remembers that, to this just massive confirmation, along with the Battle of the Bands that we crazily won. A short time later, we got uh, kind of a hit, I guess, with this video. And that was like, okay, we can really We've really captured people's attention. Let's keep going. Every moment of being in a band, every moment of being in a band is an existential crisis about whether or not to move forward. And a lot of the time, that question is just simmering in the back of your mind, because you're just doing it. But at any given time, uh, you know, every band could potentially call into question whether to move forward. It's just a question of how far back in your heads it is at any given time.
Yeah, I feel like it was the winning of the big money shot with the virality of the music video for the first single, with then starting to hear Juliet on the radio as a hit. I feel like that 1, 2, 3 punch like really shot Hollerado into the stratosphere.